F1541, good luck. We've not played before, no head-to-head score. We get black for this one. So our opponent, 580 games of rapid. We've done 1300-ish now, just over. The Caro or the Sicilian, which do we want to do? Let's risk a Sicilian for this one, just be a little bit more adventurous. We'll probably go for the Khan setup. He's going to do this, it might turn into a French. Okay, let's play d5 immediately then and see what our opponent does. Probably down, but it might give us a chance to push on. Could ignore it and just push anywhere. Let's just see. He plays the bishop check first. That's logical. So I guess we just block here and we just challenge the bishop. So if you take now, we take the bishop. If you take, we've got two ways we can take back. Probably the queen so that we still cover the pawn. Let's develop our queen. But we need to get these pieces moved so we can castle. So that gives us a chance to maybe take this one. If we take here and the queen takes, we can develop here. But you're still going to cover, right? So I'm happy to take this one first. If knight up, we might be able to sack the pawn or just develop the knight. He might go for a sharp gambit line. He's played bishop up. Okay, I'm just going to develop the knight to guard this for now. We're not trying to keep this pawn just yet. But if he takes, we can trade the queen, pawn up or knight across. That sort of concept. So he plays forward. Dare I take it now then? Pawn's a pawn, isn't it? Let's take it and grab the pawn, why not? As long as I can just play this, bishop up somewhere, castle, I'll be happy. He's gone with the knight. So if his knight moves anywhere, I'll simply trade the queen. Otherwise, I'm looking for bishop up somewhere and castle. Got to be a little bit careful about these sort of tricks. So is that a move now? Here, check, takes, knight here, I'd be fine, right? So I don't think I can afford to go here though. Here, check, takes, I hang my bishop if I don't take, and you've got the check. So let's just go here, preparing to castle. My queen is protected if I castle. I say that's just a temporary pawn, we're not really trying to keep it. Just temporary pawn, unless our opponent really, goes to town and sacks. Otherwise, we're just looking for development moves. So we've got knight up, a very natural move here now. And I don't see any reason not to play that. So I'll play knight up and charge this knight. Yeah, I don't play the Sicilian very often, just for that little bit of occasional variety. If takes, we'll take back with the queen, I guess. Keep the pawn structure intact. If knight across, or knight goes back. So does that give us a move like rook across here? If I move this rook and this were to explode open, we might have to come back to guard this pawn. But if I do this rook here, I can do this one here. Instincts are telling me to develop the f rook, so I'll do the f rook with a view to this one coming this side. Like I say, just if this does explode open somehow, we might be looking at knight across. Then we might not be able to protect this pawn very well. He's launched forward. Okay. Yeah, that's the move I'd be kind of expecting. I think I'm just going to stick to the plan then. Mind you, I've got knight across here now to attack his bishop potentially before I play rook over. But here it would kick us over. If he plays this move, say rook across knight here, he double attacks the pawn. Are we trying to keep it? We've got a holding move, say queen forward. And we can at least pretend, can't we? So I'm going to develop my rook. Get the two rooks centered with a view to knight across here or knight back here. If the knight here now, I think I'm looking at queen in just to pretend that we're defending the pawn, just for the time being. Okay, so he's played rook across, and that kind of pushes my knight naturally to where it wants to be. Then we've got the option to maybe come in here and just attack that rook, right? If the bishop moves, the knight would be loose as well, so it just seems like a nice move all around. Actually, what about knight here then? Knight here comes, I guess he can just take the pawn because it comes with the threat to take here. Lose a pawn, gain a bishop, lose a queen, gain a queen, lose a knight. No, I don't like the look of that. Let's just play this knight across. We might jump in here to attack the bishop and the knight, but we've got the option to come in. We've got the option to come back. So we can try and stack the king side. But yeah, knight across here now. I think he was okay just to take the pawn. I might be wrong, but it looked like he just simply take the pawn, and then taking the bishop wasn't gaining me a lot. So he's played knight across. So I've still got the option to play knight in and attack that rook just to be annoying. And then maybe pawn here, I think makes sense, doesn't it? But pawn here, if he pushes, that seems fine. I've got knight here as well. Knight takes, rook takes. Knight here is still not quite a move. If I go in here though, am I stuck? Am I not getting back out? Let's just play pawn here for now so we don't burn too much time. We're getting well down on the clock again. To be fair, I tend to most games. I tend to go a little bit slow in the opening phase. Then try and quicken up in the end game if I need to, which obviously you often sometimes do. But yeah, I'm thinking of this as just a bonus pawn for now. A pawn that we're likely to give back at some point. Like he's got ways to extra attack it, say the queen for instance. Knight in. Again, is knight in a move now with a trick? Doesn't quite work, does it? Rook here takes, 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 and he's protected. That's the sort of trick you try and look for. So maybe queen across first. Actually, no, he's... If I play knight in now and he goes here, that pawn would hang. And if he moves across, this pawn would hang. It might be hanging then. Let's go for it. We attack the rook, but we create an extra attack here if he blocks. But if he takes here now, this knight is going to hang as well. So everything could be hanging all over the place. So here, it might be a waste of a move. It might be. If I take, knight takes, queen takes. Worst case, I can drop back. And we've just traded a pawn for pawn. So he's gone across, but now we can take this one, right? Am I missing something? Same concept. If he takes now, that would be protected for a move. This might be a blunder, but I'm going to grab the pawn. It might be a blunder this because of this concept where knight takes, but right now we can take and the rook guards the knight. It's whether he's got a good way to chase the rook and undermine the knight at the same time. He might have. Otherwise, I'm just looking at simply dropping the rook back and dropping the knight back and say we've gained another pawn, so we can afford to just simply lose this now, but we don't lose the piece. So he's gone across indeed, so that's potentially problematic. Although, can we grab another pawn? Can I take it with the knight or the bishop? So is that another one? I think the bishop makes sense to protect the rook. There's no knight forward then. Yeah, why can't I take that with a bishop? Again, it's one of them moves where it feels like you might be missing a trick somewhere, but I don't see it. And I'm threatening to play pawn up to plant the bishop there now. There's no knight jump forward. This knight's protected. The rook's now protected. The bishop's kind of protected by the knight. I'm now kind of threatening knight in to hit the bishop, but if I take the bishop and you take with the pawn, you're opening up trouble for your own king. So risk and reward. But I'm just looking at the simple pawn up now to protect the bishop. We stop the knight from coming in here. Yeah, he's launched forward, so... Now, maybe knight across here is more move now, because if I take here, it just opens up trouble, which I don't really want to do. But I've got knight in here to attack the bishop. He can go here. Could be problematic. I guess I just drop back. But it feels fine. If he pushes here, maybe here. Knight here, if he drops back... I think rook here. But I could do this safety move first. Let's just play knight across or attack the bishop. Rook back or rook all the way back. I'm not sure yet. That's the move I'm expecting. It might be better to just literally come all the way back, safety first. The bishop's protected by both knights. Yeah, if I go here, I'm just keeping too many pieces together. We're not threatening to take the knight. I don't think. Half of our time has gone already. Oh, he's just hung the bishop. He just didn't see it, so that should be game over. Then we attack two pieces. He just simply didn't see it, or he's seen it and he's mixed his move order up. That happens quite a lot in chess. So I guess we just take now. This would be loose, but it's the rook, isn't it? Happens a lot in chess, though. You do that. You're thinking ahead, and then you just forget the move that you actually wanted to play. But I think f5 is probably good here now. Let's be bold and try and keep this play f5. I'm looking at whether I can even sack here. A queen for 2 knights, and I'd have 2 rooks, a bishop, and knight. So we'd have a rook, bishop, and knight against a queen with a rook separately each. Probably better to play a rook back and give up the rook, of course, but takes, knight takes, I don't see a follow-up trick. There is a pawn here as well. He's gone to guard the pawn, so I'm just going to come back here and threaten to take the knight now. My king looks pretty safe. There's not much white can do, I don't think, unless I'm missing a trick somewhere. I don't see it. Again, knight back here. We could even potentially just give up the rook for the knight to get pieces off the board, but we'd probably double up. There's no check there, though, with that being covered. Again, unless we're going to sack the queen. It's a bit bold. But if my knight moves, my rook is loose, isn't it? So doubling the rooks up could be useful. And then we're threatening a move like rook forward. So he's played queen forward. Yeah. Can I take? No, I can, can't I? Gain a knight, lose a rook. Gain a knight. Yeah, I can just take. There might even be tricks with a bishop pin, but I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking to convert the game cleanly. So like knight takes, you'd have bishop back, just go for a pin. But yeah, I just simply take. It's just one of them where it's just gone a little bit wrong, and then it's just gone wrong. But it happens, that's how you learn in chess. But taking this way, we don't run the risk of opponent keeping the queen on the board. So we just have to not blunder something silly now, like a back rank checkmate. So first move for me here, I think, is try and take control of the open file. I know the knight covers that anyway, but we don't want to give our opponent any unnecessary counterplay. Pawn up would be a good useful move as well in case we open this file up and our king's got a nice square. So check if you come forward. Is that a checkmate? It looks it. So that gives our opponent a chance to step forward into a mate net. He's not seeing it. Unlucky, yeah. Unlucky. Considering the rating gap, though, it's not a bad effort at all. Is it not bad at all? And again, just a little bit of variety for me. Risking the Sicilian, always a risk. So they're the move times for both players. So let's just analyze it now. The Alpine variation of the Sicilian. Let's say just a bit of variety for me instead of the Caro every single game, which is what you'll see most of the time. So in particular, it's useful to know if I've messed up anywhere in the opening. Looks like we played it pretty well, but there's a blip here, so we have blundered. 91 against 84 on the accuracy, and we're the only one who've actually blundered. So let's just see there, so we can see it here. So let's just see what we did. So this is good. So taking the e-pawn was good. So this is all good so far. I should have played e5 instead of e6, but it gives away potential control of this f5 square. Not in this immediate position, but I should have played f5. I guess if the knight moves anywhere, just trade the queen. So we should have played, sorry, e5, then get the queen off the board instead of e6. Okay. So bishop was good, castle was good, and then this is where I've blundered with knight to c6. And I should have played the knight into the center, attacking the bishop immediately. So why is knight to c6 a blunder? I mean, I'm still marginally better, but why is it a blunder? It must be because we're going to lose this pawn. Queen up here, and in reality, we're not going to protect it. I guess queen up c4. You're going to shuffle a little bit, but we're not going to really be able to keep it. It must be something like that. It must be, mustn't it? It must be. So instead of knight back, should have played queen to c2. Let's just have a quick look at that line. So the best move is just to play rook across, and then I guess you're just going to be able to play knight takes pawn. We give that pawn back, yeah, so that's why. So let's go back there. But if that's my only blunder of the game, I'm still marginally better, fair enough. And yeah, should have played the queen right forward here as well. That's the move I was looking at, more as like a follow-up move, in case my opponent did attack the pawn. But I still had queen forward there, so we just developed then these moves all look good right to the end. To be fair for both of us, just we've ended up getting a better position. We're +5 better now. It's just a case of trying to convert it without messing up. Then opponent here, they've either not seen the bishop hanging, or they've seen it and then, like I said, mixed the move order up and just forgotten about it for that move. Then we're just getting material off the board. It's the best way to try and convert. Then we see a nice mating net at the end there with a king trapped in near the center of the board. So it is what it is, but a good effort there. Well done.